Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Some more. This is Politics with Laura. Oh my goodness, there is so much going on. And I'm just going to start with Pam Bondi because she's putting the smackdown on people. All right, that's working. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where, where, where do I begin? Okay, Pam Bondi said, look, I am going after you, Governor Hochel. I'm going after you. Not only am I going after you, but I'm going after Letitia James. I'm going after these people. And these people need to pay attention. They do, because they are next. But in case if you don't know who Governor Hochel is, she is the governor of New York. That's who Pam Bondi's going after. And let me see, do I have Pam Bondi here? Huh, I thought I did, and I don't. But Carolyn Levitt, I'm not pronouncing her last name right, but they're laying down the foundation. They're like, look, we're going after Governor Hochul because of the sanctuary cities. It got so bad. Look, it got so bad to where 4 years ago, 4 years ago. Let me go ahead and show you this. Because if I were to tell you, you wouldn't believe me. You're like, politics with Laura. Yo, Laura, you're making this up, right? So let me just go ahead and just show you this real quick before I get to the clip. It says here, look, this right, show you the July 23rd, 2021, okay? And here, Manhattan to stop prosecuting prosthetic legs. Okay, I can't even say the word because liberals say, well, we're freedom of speech, but I can't even say this word because if I do, it's going to be an issue. I'm going to get all kinds of little strikes and everything, and then they'll demonetize you. But they're trying to do this as part of a nationwide shift, right? So this is something that they were doing. So here, the district attorney, Cyrus R. Vance, moved to dismiss thousands of cases dating back decades amid a growing movement to change the criminal justice system approaching to prosthetic legs. So why is that? Because they wait until here in 2021 to open up the borders and let everybody in. Now there is one of the, who was it? Council member Martinez talking about struggle employment for the illegal workers or illegal migrants, and allowing them to do this because brothels were like open during daytime. They're not going to prosecute or anything like that. No, even though that there was car trafficking, but all this was allowed due to Governor Hochel, right? Governor Hochel allowed all of this. It was her little sunny disposition. But let's go ahead and get to the clip. Fair use, fair use, fair use, some more, fair use above me, below me, around me, the airwaves, the sound waves. I mean, look, I'm just saying. All righty. So here, Pam Bondi is getting ready to lay down the smack.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry we were a little bit late. I was in the West Wing swearing in Tulsi Gabbard, and so I just came straight back here. So thanks for being patient with us with the delay. We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochel. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ.
DMV, giving people licenses that were illegal aliens, giving people IDs and driver's license so that they're able to vote. Oh, it's going down. It's going down. Look, you Democratic politicians, it sucks to be you, but I digress.
Okay. And we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops its
Wait a minute. Let me do this fully. Somebody's putting American citizens first. Somebody is putting American citizens first. Okay, let's get back to it.
It stops today. As you know, we sued Illinois, and New York didn't listen. So now you're next. Millions of illegal aliens with violent records have flooded into our communities, bringing violence and deadly drugs with them. With me today, I'm so proud to be joined by Tammy Nobles. Tammy is an angel mom. Her beautiful daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered by an MS-13 member in 2022. Kayla had just turned 20 years old, and she was raped and murdered by someone who should not have been in our country.
Now, keep in mind, this right here, Joe Biden allowed all this stuff. Over there in New York City, I already showed you the article to where they were allowing prosthetic legs. You know what that is. Prosthetic legs to be able to have open brothels to do all that. And then Governor Hochel allowed the different cities to relax the laws to allow a certain type of employment that you were not allowed to have that was illegal. But however, all of that right there is gone. So, in case if you don't know who Governor Hochel is, you know. In case if you don't know who Letitia James is, Letitia James. Okay, but let's go ahead and get back to the let's get back to it.
Yet he was released, flown to Maryland, where he committed this violent murder. I just want you to hear from Tammy. Tammy represents not only herself and her family, but all of the great angel moms around this country who have suffered because of what the Biden administration did, and it is over.
Thank you for having me here today and being able to share Kayla's story. Her murderer was able to come across the border knowing that he was flagged as an MS-13 gang member, and he had a criminal record in 2020 in El Salvador for illicit gang activity. He came over as an unoccupied alien child, saying that he was afraid of gang activity in his country. Health and Human Services called him a nice boy, and he showed age-appropriate behavior. That fell so wrong when he murdered my daughter. He ended up in Maryland, where he was able to rent a room in the same mobile home as her. We thought it was a legit company that were renting out these rooms, but it turned out that it was another illegal immigrant who owned these mobile homes, and he knew Walter.
Look, just the fact that an illegal alien owned property. Come on, back this up. Let's make this make sense. An illegal alien owned property, owned a mobile home, who knows how many, right? And allowing an illegal alien to rent a mobile home along with other people that are taxpayers, that are American citizens, that hold green cards or who are naturalized citizens. But you have this man who was an illegal alien who was able to buy property. You can't make this look, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. Democrats, you are so done. But let me get back. Let me get back to this press conference.
From El Salvador, he knew him and allowed him to rent a room with my child. Kayla just turned 20 years old 3 days before she was murdered. Her murderer was only living there for 5 days before he viciously strangled her, raped her, and left her on the floor like trash and robbed her of $6. I have been sharing her story for over 2.5 years to bring change, because this should have not have ever happened to Kayla, and it shouldn't be happening to other families being hurt by the border. Homeland Security did not do their jobs. They did not check his background. You know, they did say that he was processed. So,
okay, but what they were also doing, I'm sorry, I have to do interruptions because I don't want to have issues of using other people's content because, you know, right there's this YT. They just, ugh. But anyway, this was allowed to happen. And it was a broken system. You had a woman, I can't remember her name. She was blowing the whistle. She was screaming it to the rooftop saying, these people are not being vetted. They're not doing a proper job. And they're just allowing people to come in and go anywhere. And then I'm not even going to talk about the children that were sent, like 20, she said like 20 children went to one place. 20 children, and there were people that were knowing PDF files and people that were H-card trafficking these children. But this was allowed to happen under the Biden administration. And you had Kamala Harris saying, hey, you know, these illegal aliens, they're not dangerous. I'll trust them around me. But when they dropped them off on her lawn, she had the police come pick them up. You can't make up all this hypocrisy. You just can't make it up. But let me continue on.
So if they processed him, they knew that he was a gang member and still allowed him here. Health and Human Services did not verify the sponsor and allowed him to go with the sponsor that they don't even know if it was his cousin or his aunt. And he was able to leave the sponsor's house to go live wherever he wanted. And I am going to continue sharing Kayla's story to help save others and to bring awareness of what was happening under the Biden-Harris administration. And I'm so thankful for Pam having me here today. And I'm so thankful for the opportunities I got from Trump and any other platform, you know, people who allowed me to share her story, because this is going to end. No other parent should suffer by having their child murdered by somebody that shouldn't be here. And I'm gonna continue, you know, sharing it, and for Kayla, you know, and also for others. Thank you.
And it's my understanding that he also admitted to other murders. Correct? Multiple murders.
He wrote a letter, and he was intercepted in jail that he committed 4 murders and 2 rapes.
And that's who we were letting walk into our country. And that's why President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois, strike 1. Strike 2 is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next, get ready. And the great men and women of law enforcement are standing behind me today. We have FBI, DEA, ATF agents. They put their lives on the line every single day to protect us. And what New York has, they have green light laws meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over. Law enforcement officers do not have access to their background. And if these great men and women pull over someone and don't have access to their background, they have no idea who they're dealing with. And it puts their lives on the line every single day. Violent.
And I'm going to hold that for a second. Now, with this, you have people that have the nerve to protest and say asking for IDs is racist. Are you out of your damn mind? No. Are you out of your damn mind? What makes you special to where I, American citizen, if I go outside and the police stop me, I got to show my ID? Who are you to where you are saying to identifying yourself is something that is so horrible that you're going to call it racist? Get out of here with that BS. Let's get out of here with that.
Criminals, gang members, drug traffickers, human smugglers will no longer terrorize the American people. And that is why we are here today. You will be held accountable if you do not follow federal law. It's over, it ends, and we're coming after you. Questions?
We have time for a few questions.
You see how mad she is? Man, she is PO'd. Oh.
David Spot with Fox News.
Madam Attorney General, thank you and welcome to the Justice Department.
Thank you.
I have a quick on-topic and a quick off-topic
Sure.
question. On-topic, in your executive order or in your orders on the first day you were here, you talked about working with the Justice Department or these sanctuary cities, as you say, will be
Yes.
punished. Today you're putting people on notice. Right now, we're just lawsuits. Is this going to go further? What kind of punishment are we talking about? Is there any grounds to charge individuals, charge politicians? How far is this going to go?
Well, we're going to see what they do next, David. We have sued them all. We personally sued the governor, the attorney general, Letitia James, and Mark Schroder with DMV because he has the green light laws. So what they have to do, they have to start complying with federal law. If they don't, we're going to appeal it and we will win. They have to comply with federal law. Did you have a second question?
I did have a second off-topic question in this regard. The judiciary today, Elon Musk, who has enormous influence in the Trump administration, posted on X, quote, there needs to be an immediate wave of judicial impeachments, not just one. As the Attorney General of the United States, how do you respond to that? Should the process work out in the courts before we talk about judicial impeachments? I mean, these are just TROs now at this time. Shouldn't these just play out?
Yeah, I haven't seen Elon Musk tweet. He is a friend of mine. He is a great man. I think he's very frustrated with what's happening in our federal government. You know, at USAID alone, they're giving out billions of dollars that should not be distributed. We're going to back him up. You know, we work our whole lives in this country and we all pay taxes in this country. And for people to find out that $2 million is going to Guatemala for sex changes is outrageous. And we're going to back up.
What? What? Wait a minute. Wait. Our tax dollars, whether it comes from our income, paying, going down to the store, buying something, those tax dollars are going to people in Guatemala to shift their gears. Get the heck out of here. Look. That right there is between you, your doctor, in your country. That has nothing to do with our money. And especially that's Honduras. Honduras was doing. I don't even know how much money Guatemalan people that come here that are now legal, how much they're giving their families back home for us taxpayers that have to pay for them to get their gears changed, to have sex changes. That's crazy and outrageous. But let's get back to Pam Bondi.
Elon Musk every way we can. That includes lawsuits against these people who are doing that, and we will be successful.
Do you have concerns about judicial impeachments?
That's not gonna happen now. We're gonna look at everything. We're gonna follow the law right now. We're gonna follow the process. These are federal judges with lifetime appointments, but they will be struck down ultimately by the Supreme Court of the United States if the appellate courts don't follow the law as well.
Lauren Richard, VAB.
Hi.
I also have an on-topic and an off-topic.
Sure.
First of all, can you just briefly walk us through what the legal claims are you're making in this lawsuit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the green light laws are that, this is what the green light law says. It's a green light to illegal immigration, which says they can comply. That law is unconstitutional. They can't do that. And what they've done is they have a tip-off provision that requires New York's DMV commissioner to promptly inform any illegal alien when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. So think about the men and women in law enforcement behind me. That's basically, that's not basic, it's tipping off.
Get the hell out of here. Shut the front door. Wait a minute. Now, help me understand this. We have government officials or federal employees that have more allegiance to illegal aliens than to us. So if they are getting their information, looking, hey, DMV Schroder, I'm looking for whomever, and they tip them off, oh, they need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. In my opinion, they need to go to jail. This is ridiculous to have this much allegiance to people from other countries than the. Okay, let me just. I'm starting to get pissed off.
An illegal alien, and it's unconstitutional. And that's why we filed this lawsuit. And that's why we charged Mark Schroder too, because he runs DMV. Oh, I'm sorry, you had a second question.
Yeah, my off-topic question. I wanted to ask about Mayor Eric
Yes.
Adams' case. As of at least a few moments ago, SDNY still has not dropped that case. Have you or other DOJ leadership spoken to the acting U.S. attorney and SDNY since the memo was sent earlier this week? And what will you do if she refuses to drop the case?
I have not spoken to her. I know our acting DAG, Emil Bove, has spoken to her, and Chad Mizell may have spoken to her, but that case should be dropped. It was done at the directive of Emil, so that case should be dropped. I did not know that it had not been dropped yet, but I will certainly look into that.
Reagan, Daily Caller.
Hi, how are you?
Tom Homan suggested this week that someone from within the FBI may be leaking information about the ICE raids and that such could be putting officers' lives at risk. Has the DOJ gotten any closer to determining if these leaks are coming from within the FBI? And what will the consequences be if they can identify the leakers from the FBI?
Excuse me. Well, first, I can't talk about anything that is ongoing, and that is ongoing. And it's really for the similar reasons of what I said earlier. The great men and women in law enforcement standing behind me today, they must be protected. And anytime anyone leaks or tips off anything regarding a pending investigation, that jeopardizes lives. You're telling a bad guy what's about to happen. It could jeopardize the lives of all the men and women in law enforcement. We will not stand for it. We will find you. We're going to investigate it. No matter what agency it came from. We don't know for certain. We have an open investigation, so I can't talk about it in detail, but we will do everything in our power to hold you accountable, and it is a crime, and you will be prosecuted when we find you.
I got time for one more, Alana Austin.
I'm going to leave it right there. It is about time that we bring common sense into the situation. Now, I've said in previous videos, matter of fact, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was telling progressives, I'm like, look, you're going too far. You are taking this and you're pushing it so far to the left that when it comes back, because a pendulum always swings the opposite direction. What you are doing is you're making things so uncomfortable, so horrible for your leftist ideology, for you, and yes, I'm going to say it, your communistic views, your socialistic views, and you haven't even lived in a damn communist, you haven't even gone up to Canada, which is a socialist country, but you're saying that you want to bring these values here. No. However, I digress on that point. However, you're pushing it so far now. Just remember Pam Bondi's face. She looks so angry and disgusted as far as how things have gone up to this far, according to the Biden administration and what they have allowed to occur. Now they're allowing. I mean, it got just. I'll show you again. I'll show you again what Governor Hochel, with the blessing of Joe Biden, to allow this right here, to stop prosecuting prosthetic legs. And they're trying to bring that around the United States to shift this, to shift it. That right there is wild, completely wild. I mean, you're I could only, I'm not laughing about that, but I'm just so disgusted that I can't do anything but laugh to keep from pulling my hair out. But however, thank goodness somebody is stopping it. And let me show you this real quick, because I did this earlier. Now this right here, this is on my Instagram. I just had to share. Laura here. Okay, check this out. Some of you are upset about Doge and Donald Trump. For my subscribers, I already went into Donald Trump, who, what, where, why, how, and when. Check it out. It's already uploaded for my subscribers. But look, let Elon do his job. He's exposing the swamp. He's getting the swamp creatures. He's getting them. These Democrats are running like roaches. When you turn on the light, they're scattering. Let Trump do his job. He's getting rid of, you see? You hear that? They're going after those Democrats. They're really going after the Democrats. But outside of that, oh, it's going down. Trump is just going through the government and cleaning it out. This is something that we didn't know, and I'm waiting for them to not only do the IRS or the IRS or the Phoebe or the Treasury. That's going to be interesting to see how many people really have accounts there. Joe Biden has one. If you go on my YouTube channel, I talk about him actually having one, and that is with the ukulele country. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave it right there. And actually, he does. I found an article over in, where was it? It was like about 2 years ago, over in the ukulele country, to where Joe Biden and his son were over there, and he used an account from the Treasury, paying some stuff. I didn't know that you were allowed to have an account there. Who knew? But it's something to really check into. So, okay, I was a little silly on that one. But Pam Bondi is going to most definitely do her job. I'm just sad that it wasn't Matt Gaetz. Oh, man. Matt Gaetz would have been... Oh, man. He knows where the bodies are buried. He wanted to go after Joe Biden so bad because he had the laptop, the terabytes that had the entire laptop on it. He wanted to go after Biden so bad, but then, you know, the Phoebe came up and started messing with him and throwing these lies out, and then destroyed his chances. If you believe the story or not, if you don't believe it, that's completely up to you. I mean, I find it credible. Okay, but on that note, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. If you think Pam Bondi is doing a good job, and by going after Governor Hochel, Letitia James, and Mark Schroder, DMV, telling the illegal immigrants, hey, you know, the government is coming after you. They need to be investigated, charged, and most definitely put into the, where's it at? They need to be hanging out with them and them. They need to be in jail. I thought I brought that bars up, the jail bars up. Well, unfortunately, I didn't. But however, again, like, subscribe. Most definitely, please do that.